Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you this fine morning?
Older. I am birthday. Birthday me. So good. Bad. Everything in between.
It's a wonderful thing to wake up to, being alive, first and foremost.
True.
Second
True.
most, birthday.
Yeah. I guess we'll never know what it's like to wake up dead.
That's a fact for, I think, most people. There's some weirdos out there who say I died and then I came back to life and they have all these strange tales, but I don't believe them.
Do you think they do it for attention?
Yeah, 100%. It's a cool little party show, conversation starter. Like, oh yeah, I died on the operating table, or I died in a car crash and then I was brought back to life, and here's all the weird shit I saw. I mean, obviously, your brain was just deprived of oxygen and the other chemicals it needs. It's probably gonna do some weird shit while it's dead.
Yeah.
It's given.
Word. I find it really interesting. It's kind of like talking to somebody who's like 100% I saw a ghost, you know? It's like, oh, I want to know everything. I don't necessarily believe you, but I find it interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm just one of those people. I got to see it to believe it. Like you, I'll listen, but I'm not gonna walk away like, oh yeah, that guy saw a ghost, or that guy, he saw angels falling out of the sky while he's on the operating table. I'm not gonna believe you, but I'll listen to you.
Yeah. And I also find it interesting the theory, let's call it, of like, oh, there's this uniform experience. Like there's a bunch of things that happen to everyone who have this experience, say they died or they took peyote or whatever, right? And then you start thinking like, oh, is it because that is reality for most people or everybody that goes through this, or is this kind of our idea in popular culture what this experience would be like, and for that reason our brains, as they're shutting down, experience those things?
I think you would have to have been completely isolated from other people's experiences your entire life in order to verify that. Because it's like when people say, "Oh, I saw an alien," and it's always, the big head, big eyes. Like that's what we think of aliens. Like an alien could
Right.
look exactly like us, and we probably see aliens every day. But you see one big head thing with big eyes, and you're like, "I saw an alien," and it's because somebody else already described that's what an alien looks like. So the moment you think that you see that, you perceive it as like, I saw the same thing too, and now you have this shared experience with some weirdo who just made it up.
Yeah, it's like when somebody suggests like, oh, did you hear that new song where they're saying clink the plate together, boobs? And you play it and it's like "Brr, brr, 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 brr," but you hear what they want you to hear.
Do you like those little audio trick things where they like play something and everybody hears something different?
Do I like them? I mean, it's like,
I forget your Instagram feed is just bullshit. You don't see those things.
yeah, I want cringe. That's what, give me the cringe. That's what I like.
I've been running the experiment of you send whatever you send, I send to Chrono, and whatever Chrono sends, I send to you, and you two seem very pleased by the results.
Yeah, maybe we just need to
Maybe you two just need to link up and just
send each other stuff. At least somebody can appreciate me then.
Hey, I'm all about making the right connections, and it seems like I found a bond that you never knew existed. You and Chrono Flow have, humor in common. I sent him one of your stuff, and he's like, "Oh, that was really good."
Of course he did, because it is good.
It's not good. It's garbage. It's bottom of the barrel content. But we're not here for bottom of the barrel content. We're here to listen to some musical happenings from our community.
Top of the barrel content.
Got 12 in the queue so far. I'm glad I don't have to scroll and see the number. It's just beautifully right there for me. I love technology. Yeah, we're going to get into it. We're going to listen to the music. We're going to give it our first impression, our rating, and our feedback. And then we're going to happily go back to our regularly scheduled programs, which for D-Bird is birthday. Any birthday plans?
Yes. I bought a box of cards for myself that like just arrived on Thursday, and I saved it for my actual birthday, which I know not all people can do. So I'm going to open up 2013 to 2014 Upper Deck Retro. Could have a Michael Jordan autograph in it. Who knows? And then I'm going to go get a massage. I think that's what it is.
It's a low-key birthday for D-Bird. Opening cards and a massage.
I mean, I already had a rager over at my house on Friday.
There we go.
So, yeah, all the things you could imagine a D-Bird getting into, just
plus you went
to
Vegas Wednesday. You had the birthday week, even though it was work-related. You went to Vegas.
I went to Vegas. That was probably the most low-key Vegas trip you could ever imagine. I did a work event, and then I had a dinner.
Sounds amazing to me.
Yeah, the money I lost gambling was in the airport waiting to go.
I mean, it's fitting that they dive right into the whole come here to gamble and just put the little slot machines and shit in the airport. Like, as soon as you get off your plane, it's like, hey, lose some money. You're here. You don't even got to go to the city. Just lose it in the airport and then make your connecting flight.
Man, my flight kept on getting delayed. So I was going fucking nuts. I was counting the seconds so I could just get the fuck back home. And so when it got delayed by another half hour, I was like, God damn it. All right, well, what is there to do around here? I'm not interested in drinking. Yeah, I guess I'll just poke this button a couple times so the lights flash at me. Before you know it, I'm down 200. And I was like, all right, get me fucking back to Portland.
Well, hey, at least you weren't on the Spirit flight and they decide to cease all operations in the middle of you waiting to go home, right?
That's true. At least I wasn't in the air while Spirit Airlines says, oh, we're done.
Hey, guys, just letting you know when we land, this company is no longer in business. So hopefully you don't have another connecting Spirit flight and you're arriving at your final destination. But if not, good luck to you.
Dude, I will say I had one of the worst flight experiences coming back to Portland. I was on Southwest, so fuck you, Southwest. They didn't have any USB chargers. My phone was at like 3%. I was like, oh, it's all good. Like, you know, any modern airplane would have a charger on it. Nope. So I couldn't charge my phone. And then their Wi-Fi was like, you remember the old AOL days where, you know, the page would like take a minute to load and then it would eventually come up and you can click around like minute by minute with the lag with it. It was that, except for it was like 5 minutes to load each page. So I would try to be accessing their free movies because like my phone isn't working. I can't have podcasts, whatever. I'm clicking and then like nothing happens. And then
it's got to buffer the entirety of the movie before you watch it.
Basically. And right when you're about to give up, the screen pops up and you're like, oh, okay, good. Now I can move on with my life. Nope. And so I was like, oh, okay, well, if I can get to the payment page. So I paid $8 for Wi-Fi and it was still fucking slow. I was like, I got bamboozled. I got scammed. And these fucking people, they're like, oh, yeah, sorry. I don't know what to tell you. Internet's been slow. The worst part, Dice, there was an old fucking lady in the middle seat who like opened up an Altoids container and just like popped a couple random pills. Couldn't sit still the whole fucking flight. And she's barefoot. So she was like standing up and like her little, she was barefoot, So she would like be on the chair like this, and her fucking foot would be like right next to my leg and touch it like every now and then.
Mm.
Her little old lady leg or foot touched my leg, and she kept on like getting up and walking around and standing. She stood basically the whole flight.
You know what it is? She was your in-flight entertainment.
She
You should
was
have been
my
more appreciative.
It did keep me on my toes. It kept me awake.
There you go. No, I mean, as much as people talk shit about Spirit being, cheap and prone to break down and stuff, I feel like Spirit was better than Southwest. I never had a good Southwest flight. I had some cool, chilled Spirit flights. I know they were, probably the same bottom tier, but at least Spirit had like newer airplanes and I didn't have any like technical issues or fucking I get to the airport and then they're like, oh yeah, we moved the gate over there because fucking Southwest doesn't have enough gates here, so just go across the other side of the airport. Never had that with Spirit.
And they just like within the last couple of months decided, maybe we should assign seats. Maybe there should be some order to the chaos that is Spirit Airlines or Southwest Airlines, right? Because it was just like first come, first serve. Everyone just fucking elbow each other and get to the front of the line.
I hated that. That's why I would never fly Southwest again. Is like I have to battle for a seat when I could just pick one when we sign up, like the regular everybody else does, like order of operations. People have preferences. Maybe somebody doesn't want to sit by the window because they're going to puke everywhere, and then you got 18 people take up all the aisle seats, and then you got puker here right by the window ready to chuck a load on your lap.
Yeah, maybe you've got I don't know, dirty old fucking lady feet, and you want to spread out your hogs, pick out which seat. Instead of the middle, you can be, putting it into the aisle and tripping the fucking stewardesses.
How did that work when they had the like the emergency row? They just fucking you're just forced to sit there. You don't get to choose. Like, hey, you're gonna save lives if you're in this row. You got to.
I like how every flight they make you like acknowledge you're gonna be a hero, right? It's like how many of those people would actually, you know what I mean? Like it feels like a big moment because you're like dead ass serious. You have to look at me. Are you able and willing to save lives? And it's like, well, no. If we're down, I'm elbowing people. I'm fucking.
What happens when like
babies.
One of those stolen valor people end up there and they're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be a hero, but then they're like the most cowardly person ever, and then like as soon as like a little oxygen mask jumps off, they're on the ground like, oh my god, we're gonna die. That guy's life. Your life is in that guy's hands.
That's what. Yeah. I mean, I've seen, Survivor.
Unfortunately,
I can help.
You think Survivor actually teaches you emergency skills? Is that what you think?
100%.
All right. Well, that means it's time to start the show because now you're talking nonsense.
Fair
All
enough.
right. Let's get rocking and rolling. First up in the queue is LaRose. We've got Stop Sign Music. Rough. A little preview from the album. All right, let's go.
What's up, chat?
Music, pause for a minute. Relax, let the DJ spin it. Throw on an album, don't listen, feel it. Let it clean your soul from your head to your toe tips. The way I'm spitting, this flow can fill oceans. I'm in this beat's guts like I'm tying a fallopian. This the type of song that you play when you're holding hands. Bring the beat back, flip the verse and go again. Stop sign music, this the night to use it. Chillin' on the patio, blunt and a brewski. Posted on the dock, IPA and some loose leaf. At the camping spot with a dog and a cutie. Nothing planned, just coolin', weather's grand. Hanging by the pool, partying with your friends. Soaking up the rays, working on your tan. Enjoy it while you can, cause the summer's gonna end. Stop sign music, don't rush through it. Take the views and enjoy life before you lose it. Stop sign music, don't rush through it. Take the views and enjoy life before you lose it. Stop sign music. the farmer's market. Barbecue some steak. Never check my phone, we can talk on Monday. It's the weekend. I only got one duty. That's to have some fun, maybe get some booty. I'm off the clock. Sorry, boss, sue me. I have a date, and she's definitely a cutie. She in a sundress, looking groovy. We're walking downtown, checking out museums, having a stop sign time. Acting like tourists, good food and fine wine. Call us Epicurists. Chill music, long drives, we travel the obscurest. Lunch at the trailhead, then we'll hike through the forest. Feeding chickadees, summer mode in its purest. Night at the campsite, by fire like she's gorgeous. Stop sign music, don't rush through it. Take the views and enjoy life before you lose it. Stop sign music, don't rush through it. Take the views and enjoy life before you lose it. Stop sign music, don't rush through it. Take the views and enjoy life before you lose it. Stop sign music, don't rush through it. Take the views and enjoy life before you lose it.
Got 30, 40 seconds of Yep. All right, that was Stop Sign Music by La Rose. Cool start to the show. Very chill, laid back track. I feel like La Rose reminds me of Ray Stans if Ray Stans didn't pick more club type beats and he had a few more years under his belt. Like I feel like they have the same vein of like approach to writing lyrics. They seek to have deeper meanings in things. This track in particular, it's decent. I feel like something about it needs a little bit more pop to it. Like he has a good voice, but the beat is also kind of like very repetitious, so it kind of like it fits the stop sign music, like coast and chill, but also at the same time it can get a little bit boring after a while. I feel like by the time I hit the second verse, I wanted something a little bit more, I don't know, quote unquote interesting to happen. And I feel like especially in that second verse, it kind of got to like really rural vibes. Like I'm going to the farmer's market and stuff like that. I mean, I have no problem with the farmer's market. I love a good flea market or two, but you know, I need something more interesting to happen. Like tell me something a little bit more exciting in your day.
Then I pulled out my gun.
There we go. That's what I want to hear. Chick started twerking at the bus stop. So nah, but I mean I think it was mostly the beat that made me feel like, all right, something's a little bit flatline here. And then the only other thing I was going to more so nitpick is in the hook. When you said enjoy life, it felt a little bit cluttered. Maybe switch enjoy to love life. Like I feel like a 2-syllable word right there, it made it feel a little like you were rushing through that line, even though you said it on time. Find a shorter, I think love life before you lose it would flow a little bit better than enjoy life before you lose it. Because when you have to hit those 2 syllables, it feels like you're kind of like skip it through it. And when the beat's playing in the background, it was hard to hear it at first. And I had to kind of wait until there was less beat at the end to really make out what you were saying. But, my subjective preferences aside, it is a well put together track. I think some of the vocals could be a little louder in parts, but overall I'd give it a 7, only really missing points because it just didn't excite me. Like it was well put together. You did your job. It was a 7.
I'll just start by saying this is like in general the type of hip hop I like. I think this like chill vibes, like boom bap, like this is fucking cool. And it was almost like a love letter to old school hip hop in a way. And I was like, I really like the sound of this. Like the way your voice sounds over that beat, I just like it. Right now, there's a bunch of small little tweaks and like things that I'd want to hear cleaned up as like, me giving you feedback. The timing thing that Dice said on the hook, I noticed that too. That last line, just there's too many syllables, and it, especially in this beat, right? This beat, you kind of have to have that comfortable timing with it, because the whole thing is about like just turn your head off and like just vibe with the music. But if there's like some awkward landings, right? Shout out Southwest. Then it's not going to be chill, and you're going to be like, but what about that moment? You know what I mean? It's uncomfortable. So definitely that part. There was some wording there that kind of throughout the first verse and the second verse, there's just some things that didn't end up rhyming cleanly or comfortably. And sometimes where it didn't feel like it came back to a rhyme at all, like the Epicurus part. Like, it's interesting. You have a good vocabulary. You have the ability to paint a good picture. I think that, again, for the vibe of the song, when you get like a little too complex, or when you try to do too much, sometimes it can take away from the vibes. And in my mind, this song is all about the vibes, right? So I liked it overall. Like I said, some wording choices, some timing issues kind of with the beat, but overall I'd give it a 7.5. Shout out farmers markets.
I also wonder if the hook would sound better if it was a little bit more melodic. I know he's rapping it, and it kind of hits the boom bap ish vibes, but I feel like a little bit more melodicism in it would help with that kind of beat in the background.
I wonder, as long as we're just spitballing on different ideas, I wonder if some, like, I don't want to say noises, but like, how in Lupe kick push hook, it's like kick, push, kick, push. I wonder if something like that, not those words necessarily, but even just like different sounds in the background could elevate the hook a little bit.
Yeah, like some sound effects or some shit, or just ad libs in general.
Yeah.
Noir, it should not be closed. It should be wide open. Did you try the link that's pinned at the top and it says yada yada yada?
Yada 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 yada.
Try clearing your cache, maybe.
Try clearing your butt.
If okay, not your butt, but your cache. If it still shows up as like weird, just let me know and we can figure something out.
Stick your cash up your butt.
That sounds like a strip club anthem.
It should be. D-Bird and Ray Stans, Stick Your Cash Up Your Butt remix.
Is that the kind of music that you two knuckleheads make?
That would actually be so funny. Oh my God. Making a strip club anthem, but instead of like the songs for strippers to dance to, it's like, when you have too much disposable income, go to the strip club and stick your cash up your butt. Just right in front of the stripper. Make her pull it out. You really want this 100? You're gonna have to go fishing.
Should have did that when Rogue Jepsen was in town. Rogue, just stick it up her butt.
That's where I got the idea. First time at a strip club, he just shoved all of the ones right up his crevice. Like, Rogue, what are you doing?
Some of
them
not
like, where those go.
I mean, they got to hold the money somewhere. It can only fit but so many dollar bills in your loose fit attire. Not like they're wearing onesies, right?
The girls here, they all wear Jinko jeans and gangster Looney Tunes oversized shirts.
We need to bring that style back. There's nothing wrong with that. Why do we go from that to like everything has to be like form-fitting, tight pants, tight small shirts? Why do we do that? I never did that, but why do society do that?
I think we need to bring back the belts that like go down, like the down belts.
Yeah, little,
because it looks like a dick.
The little dick swinger. Yeah, Well, I don't know why we did that part. That part I'm okay with being gone. But I still dress like it's like 2004. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I mean, me too.
There you
I'm
go.
more like 90, 97. I'm a 97 dresser.
You dress like you're in Blink 182 at the prime of their career.
That's the highest compliment anyone's ever given me.
All right. Next up, Cable, aka Amir Daniels. Here is Make It Last.
And it shouldn't take nobody else to get involved. Chrome got Rick Owens round their toes, we feeling still and tall. I get holistic on this beat like I hold mooches on my fingers. I take heat for you to see that I'm the seed of Mufasa or the son of Scar. There's something hard, 100 hearts, I touch them all. A couple stars revolve around the sun. Through the summer, fall, another call, and I'ma get it off. Cause this packet weighs a ton, but like a mother to a fauna, like soldiers to the con. We get bolder by tomorrow. I spit verses to the gods. My ego just evolved, absolute zero in my thoughts as I sit with my connect. And this trip, it gives me pause while I'm trying to collect all the slates that hit the raw. Give it about since 77 centimeters tall. Niggas knew they did me wrong when I had visions of a God. Some days I say Allah, nevertheless he got my back. So I'm praying that this sack will hold me over while I'm down, cause it ain't hot while I'm around. So let's try to make it last, but on some deeper level shit, it's some stuff I can't get past. I ain't tripping on that bitch, but sometimes I get attached, cause she used to light the way and I was focused on my path, but something about it got away. It was a lot of nights I had, I was honestly spending sad. If they had brought her as a witness, she might say it was all bad, but she was liking how I flipped it, but wasn't living like my dad. So I can't even be mad and I can't even act hurt. If you ain't know what you had bargained for, it's hard to make it work. So if another bitch choose, I'm on Apollo mixed with Quetzalcoatl shit. How I move deep in this bottle, you can find a model kiss in the school. I'm with my cousin and it's not a hollow clip, he can't shoot, don't even bother, yeah, we're RC shit, man. Cable.
All right, that was Make It Last by Cable. 32010. What is that? I like that. I feel like this is better to me than the last couple of beats that you had, where it's just kind of the beats seem so disjointed from what you were doing performance wise. It was hard to get into. This feels a little bit more digestible and approachable. I like your flow on it. I like the beat. I do wish it had like a hook or was just more of a fuller song, but for a short little in between cut, it's cool. I like it. It's serviceable. You always have solid, consistent lines, and you feel very comfortable on your mic with your presence and everything. So I'm not mad at this at all. I'd give it a 7.5.
Yeah. I agree wholeheartedly on the beat. Very cool. I like it. Also says pre-2010s type. And I was like, yeah, that checks out. I think in general, like, it felt like the vocals were a little loud for this mix. I'd probably suggest turning those down just to match volume-wise. I liked it overall. I really like such a good cadence, such a good delivery. Like, you have something here and your writing is very interesting. I think just holistically looking at it, you've got this free verse over a pretty repetitive beat, and then the way that you wrote this, it just seems like one kind of long run-on sentence. I think that was the biggest thing, is like it doesn't feel like a song necessarily. It feels like, you're just kind of running from line to line, and it's like there's no pauses, there's no periods, there's no punctuation in this. You know what I mean? Like that was maybe my biggest issue with it, is I wanted it to have like, okay, here's the end of this thought, here's the start of another one, and kind of have more cohesivity built into the writing. But I also just like it for what it is too. So I'd probably give this a 8.
It's like a 2010 freestyle.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, Jaw Soul,
Jaw Soul.
Burned Out. I like Jaw's music. I don't know if I've heard this one yet. Let's see what this one's got cooking up.
This relationship gotta make me nervous. It's been a while since I felt I had a purpose. I'm concerned now. Infatuation seems to be burned out. Pray it all works out this time. I gave my heart to a whore after mine. I just can't lose myself this time. I feel so dead, yet I feel so alive. I think your heart won't be like mine. I can't walk through with the roses. See your sins and I'm just ignoring. How we make it is unimportant. I fear I need your listen. This relationship we gotta make me nervous. It's been a while since I felt I had a purpose. I'm concerned now. Infatuation seems to be burned out. Pray it all works out this time. It was awful. I couldn't breathe. I felt like jumping off the tightrope. She couldn't see that I was dead upon arrival. That relationship was nothing but a farce, I swear. Those times that relationship was doomed from the start, I swear. Every time I fear for my life, I let these tears fall straight from my eyes. I spit your lies out, reach for the knife now. Slice away my fear. Don't fly away from me, my dear. I'll burn your wings up.
Hey, those Burned Out by Jaw Soul. What'd you think about that?
Honestly, here's my first reaction. I liked the vocals. I liked the lyrics. I hated the instrumentation. Didn't like it. It almost sounded like they recorded the vocals and then sent those over to like their 13-year-old cousin with his like jam band. Is like, hey, do you guys want to do something to this? I don't care, like whatever you want. And then there's like like I think it was the guitar. I'm not trying to be rude here. I know they're a good artist and like I respect a lot of the music. For whatever reason, this one, the guitar just felt hard to listen to. Like it was just a little fucking clashy the whole time. And instead of filling my heart with joy, this made me feel as if I just watched 12 hours of Friends and looked up from my, pool that I melted in on the couch. Like, what am I doing with my life? Objectively, well done. Just didn't like it subjectively. So how about I split the difference 6.5?
6.5. I agree. I feel like I like the singing. I like the approach to the track. It did feel like the guitar strumming was kind of forced upon us. It's just kind of like, I don't know, that one guy's like, look, I know how to play this one riff over and over again. He just plays the same thing every time you see him. But I think you made it work. I like his voice a lot. He reminds me of like a more polished Kuiper.
Same guitar.
Same guitar.
Boom, shots fired.
But I wouldn't say that this was my favorite Jaw track, but I think it's still okay. I'm going to give this one a 7. I think it's fine. It's just not, oh my God, this is amazing. But I can see what you mean by like the guitar can feel annoying. All right. Well, looks like Noir has said, fuck everybody else. I want to be played next. That's cool. I like how that works. I don't have to guess who's next. Who's all this shit? Shout out to Noir. Free JID type beat. This one is called This Is Dirty as Fuck. I'm excited by that. All right, let's take a listen. Yeah, he needs more. That boom bap.
Hear that, LaRose? You out there? Talk to Nora about this beat. Actually, Ray Stans, I think.
Ray Stans could probably talk about some booty clapping.
Definitely. Blue car, blue car, blue car. Just different colors.
I'd listen to it.
I know. Just watching.
All right. That was This Is Dirty as Fuck by Noir. Bird, did you like that beat?
I fucking love that beat. That beat is the best beat I've ever heard in my goddamn life. I love that shit. 10 out of 10. No notes. Just fucking print it. Book it. Fucking ship it off. That's amazing. Can I just say that this beat probably just solved world hunger?
I can't tell whether you're just
beat.
gaslighting Noir or you genuinely like the beat.
I genuinely like it. I genuinely think it solved world hunger. That beat is so fire. There's so many different pockets, so many different cadences that you could use to that. And I'll just also say one last thing is like, man, we get all sorts of beats submitted here on the review show. This beat conquers them all. But also, that's not what I was going to say. All sorts of beats, all sorts of different producers with their own ideas of like, oh, here's my style. I don't listen to anybody else because I have my own thing. Sure. Okay. Good to be unique. But also, time and time again, we hear people just kind of doing too much, or like there's 4 different beats within one single submission of like, you're switching up the flow and you're switching up the sounds and you've lost the foundation of the beat because you love to just switch it up and you have producer ADD. You know what I mean? This is a great example of you have the basics, you have this foundation of a solid drum cadence, you have, kind of the main bass melodies, you've got the 808s, and then for the hook, there's just this single note through it just to kind of switch it up and be like, this is the hook or this is the chorus part. You don't have to do anything too crazy. Sometimes simple, less is more. You know what I mean? And for that reason, I just really needed to highlight like that is mastery in itself of like finding those right sounds where you're like, this is clearly the chorus section. It's different. It's interesting. And I loved it. 10 out of 10.
I thought this beat was hip, fresh, full of swagger. It was a banger, as D Bird would say sometimes. No, I like the drums on it a lot. I like the little ear candy things. I think that's what Noir uses his little producer tag, little space do sound. But I think it added like to the vibe of the track overall. It was just a good beat. Like I think, especially when I'm working on a project or I'm just like looking for beats, like I know within like the first 10, 20 seconds that, okay, this is one that I'll like add to my bucket list. And 10, 20 seconds into this, like I knew like, okay, unless he like does a beat switch and just puts like trumpets and air horns in it, this is one of those ones where you can like listen to it, you can start writing right away and really get into it. So shout out to Noir. I give it a 9.5. I think it's amazing. And yeah, fuck it, I'll give it a 10.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what could bump it to a 10? What's it missing? You just want to be petty?
I just want to be petty. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll give it a 10. Our first star for the new queue. I'm gonna hit the favorite button on this one. Boom. All right. Well, it's only down from here, folks. Unless we get tens the rest of the show, we've hit the climax. Next up, Oh Jackie by Soul for Bass.
I just got a notification from Lucas who said, "Why aren't y'all streaming on YouTube?"
Oh, why aren't we streaming on YouTube? I forgot to turn that on.
Fair enough. Well, there's your answer, Lucas.
But I will upload the video to YouTube after the show and rectify that situation.
You hear that? He's gonna rectify the YouTube.
I don't know about all that. YouTube is still full of crud, but we'll get there. All right. Oh Jackie by Soul for Bass. I really got into the piano beats. Do you like piano beats?
No. By and large, no. Unless they're done by Noir, he can do no wrong.
Oh Jackie, here we go.
Vanessa Carlton.
I'm gonna be honest. I was hoping for more. The piano playing itself is good. I think you have good skills on the piano playing. As far as this, I feel like it needed like more body, maybe like another layer of like some really deep sustains would give it a little bit more presentation and ambiance. It felt like it was a short piece of notes that were being played that was meant to have a home somewhere else. Like it felt like the intro to a song, or it felt like somebody else was supposed to do something further to this. So I'm going to approach this from like, you just want to show off your piano playing ability. And this isn't, like a beat, or this isn't like I guess at best this could be an interlude. I don't know how to approach this, Bird. I think I'm just going to say this is meant as an exercise to show off your skill on the piano. In which case, I'm going to stick with a 7 because I feel like if you added another layer with some more sustained sounds into it, it would give it more presence and more body. I feel like it just feels incomplete, even as like, look what I can do, like Stuart from Mad TV.
Mm-hmm. Word. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way where it's like, this isn't a beat. Like you kind of set us up for failure on that one, right? I got into piano beats. Like it's just you on the piano. Yeah. So like this isn't made for somebody to get on. It's not like you're producing a thing for a singer or for a rapper, It's just a guy on a piano. Which is fine. Like if I'm going to reframe this in my mind of, okay, I'm going to judge this as a guy on the piano. And I kind of agree with Dice's assessment, which is like, I don't think it's bad. I think you're okay at piano. You have the chords and you go up and down. Like you can do both, right? But it did feel even so like, I don't want to say a little amateurish, but maybe like 5 years of piano lessons versus like 20, So I'll call it a 7 as well. I think if I'm just thinking of like, how good is this guy at piano? It was all right.
Yeah, I think.
But it wouldn't entertain me alone, like at a bar, right? Like, or you know, in the lobby of a hotel, one of the fancy ones. Sometimes you get somebody's like, and you're like, oh, okay, that's, you know, I can just listen to that, and I'm gonna stick around. If I heard this going as I was checking in, I'm just going straight for the elevators.
This is like Guitar Center playing versus like middle of the mall, people stopping, like pull out their phones playing.
Yeah, which there's nothing wrong with that either.
It's just a difference.
There's a difference.
Yeah. This is like the guy who's like, I think I need a new chord. Let me go to Guitar Center and just play some keys. Yeah. Versus like I'm in the mall and like somebody was paid to, you know, sit there at the piano and entertain folks.
Yes.
That's fine.
I think that's a good summary.
All right. Next up, Wu-Tang. Disco Fever. I love disco.
I love Wu-Tang.
Let's see what happens.
Loves the kids.
Legacy I'm building, about to be forever. Big dog present, stay present. Yeah, I'm a gift, yeah, and yeah, I'm a blessing. Now, been a while since it felt like this. There must be something wrong with my vision. I don't see no competition, realign position. I guess I found what I was missing. In my bag, really.
Shut your mouth, Ray Stance. You can do whatever you want on the disco record.
No, he's not saying he doesn't want to dance. He just doesn't want to dance with you.
Right.
In my bag, really in my bag. Happy just for life, and I'm happy where I'm at. Let me celebrate while here. We made it out the year. I'm living in my life. I'm making this shit clear. Keep the shit roll like it was Jody Tatiana. Legacy I'm building, about to be
Jody
forever.
Tatiana.
Big dog present, stay present. Yeah, I'm a gift. Yeah, I'm a blessing. Now, been a while since it felt like this. There must be something wrong with my vision. I don't see no competition, realign position. I guess I found what I was missing. In my bag, really in my bag. Happy just for life, and I'm happy where I'm at. Let me celebrate while here. We made it out the year. I'm living in my life. I'm making this shit clear.
Look, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I was ready to give this a 10 until the fucking rapping came in.
Word.
I was like, yo, you came out, you hit the real disco theme. I like the hook, the little Bee Gees-esque sounding chorus on it. I don't have to dance with you if I don't want to. I love the beat, but the rapping is like, who the fuck is this guy? I don't know where you got the vocals from. I don't know who it is that's rapping, but the vocals are too low, and it doesn't feel disco fever. Like, I don't know. Maybe you'd have to have like some, you know, Bruno Mars on this to really sustain that energy, but whoever this is vocal wise that you have rapping displeased me. For that reason, I will give it a 9, but I was ready to give this a 10. Like, oh man, you hit the nail on the head. You said disco fever and you gave us disco fever, but then you gave us some boring raps. So 9.
I looked up Jody Tatiano, and all I found was a Jody Tatiana who's a Haitian grandmother who made a children's book. So I don't know if that's the reference we're making here.
We're cultured here.
What I couldn't agree more with Dice. Like this right off the bat, I was like, okay, this is fun, danceable, kind of a fun twist on like, I just don't want to dance with you. And then the raps came in, they were low, and you could just hear the quality shift. You know what I mean? Like, I don't fucking get when the producers like get these rap samples that, you know, sound like they were filtered through like 10 layers of fuzz. You know, it's like that movie White Noise where the guy turns on this radio and he hears the ghosts through the oh, is that a ghost? Yeah, it's the fucking ghost of rappers past. And it's just always such low quality vocals. And on top of like the quality, you know, I didn't really care about what he was saying, but like on top of the quality, it came back again. So already you've got kind of like a mid verse, and then you slopped it on again at the same time. Like, at least take whatever other verse from that stupid rapper, and then have it be different. You know, like he's saying, you can say mid shit on a song one time. If you do it 2 times in a row, I'm going fucking nuts. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck about your grandmother who wrote children's books. I just don't. Jody Tatiano, fuck you. So no, get that shit out of here. So I think I was really high on the disco part. I'm going to be objective and give it an 8. I'm down a point from where Dice was because the fucking bad rap came back a second time saying the same stuff.
Yeah. Well, she's going to come back in the chat or something and be like, yeah, that was Black Thought, or, you know, like, I don't give a fuck who it was.
You know, Jody, if you're out there, fuck you for being mentioned on this rap song twice in a row.
All right. Got a skip in the line.
Ooh, Billy Big Buckets over here.
Dust and Rust by Classy. See what we got. Oh, Classy. It says this track was not found.
Removed. Uh-oh.
I even tried refreshing just in case it was my bad.
Man, SoundCloud's terrible at that shit. Yeah, they do that. If you have any sort of samples in the beat, they'll just take it off of SoundCloud. And it's like, oh, don't you know you're actually like a hub for underground rappers who, like, what's more underground rap than just sampling?
SoundCloud portrays itself as like 2010 SoundCloud, where you can just upload anything, but at the same time they're like connected to the majors, where like as soon as you sample some shit, they're like, nope, take that shit down.
Yeah, and they do it quick without telling
you.
Yeah,
right. They're like YouTube, like right when you upload it, they're like flagged. Yeah. If you, or you can
even DM.
Yeah, you can DM it to me or whatever. Or if you have the actual file, you can upload it in the queue, and then I can just push it to the top. Whatever's easier for you.
Heard. Yeah, it is funny because I remember the SoundCloud days where it's just like, anything. Like, here's a Dipset remix using just the Dipset instrumental that I got from LimeWire.
I know a lot of producers who that's what they originally used it for, where they would just do all their remixes and shit and put it on SoundCloud, and that's how they got known, is by remixing, you know, well-known songs. But now SoundCloud is like locked all that down. Like, I've seen them frustrated, like, I just did a remix of some shit and SoundCloud took it down. Like, what do you expect, buddy? That's what they do.
Yeah, but on top of that, now we've kind of gone the opposite way, where you guys can't have fun on SoundCloud, but fucking Spotify and Universal just made an agreement where apparently anyone can make AI remixes to anything.
Yes.
What fucking timeline are we in?
The Bizarro timeline. DJ Tongue Hero. Yeah, we are not on YouTube today. My bad for that. I will get that sorted out. All right. Oh, wait, is this working now? It is working now. All right. The SoundCloud link is now working. I don't know what they did before, but back in business.
Here we go.
All right, here is Dust and Rust by Classy.
Dust it off, rust it off.
We used to talk like everything was safe. Now every word just echo in this space. I try to hold on to what we became, but let her hear somewhere everything changed. I saw the signs, I just let them slide. Told myself, keep trying, give it one more time. You started changing right in front of me, and I pretended what we had. what's real, but I lost myself trying to keep us up. Failed me last night just because gave you all. Now there's nothing left. Look at me now, I'm a mess, fucked up. Thought you was home, had to give it up. Held too tight, now we broke it up. Build it from love, now we stuck and rush. Look at us now, yeah, we crash for love. Seen it coming, I just ain't react. Kept it together while you was pulling back. Say you was trying. I don't believe that. Love don't disappear like that. We stopped talking, we just coexisted. Seeing room that it felt so distant. Held it together till it fell apart. Now I'm just here, trying to go my heart. Moving precise, I don't move off emotion. You kept on taking up. Say it was love, that it felt like erosion. Kept it together, lost my composure. No, I'm just cool, I don't argue all back. You played your role, now it's dead what you said. I gave you all, you was taking each stand. Now I just leave it, wherever it lives. Still, I lost myself trying to keep us up. And found me last night just because gave you all. Now there's nothing left. Look at me now, I'm a mess, fucked up. Thought you was home, had to give it up. Held too tight, now we broke it up. Build it from love, now we stuck and rush. Look at us now, yeah, we crash for love.
I would've thought if I just had on a little longer, we'll find our way back to what we was. But somewhere along the way I stopped recognizing myself, trying to keep something alive that was already gone. And maybe that's the hardest part. It wasn't just us falling apart, it was me losing me, while I was trying to hold us together.
I lost myself trying to keep us up. Failed me last night just because gave you all. Now there's nothing left. Look at me now, I'm a mess, fucked up. Thought you was home, had to give it up. Held too tight, now we broke it up. Build it from love, now we stuck and rush. Look at us now, yeah, we crash for love.
All right, that was Dust and Rust by Classy. Draft, he wanted to also note. No, DJ Tongue here. We have not run your song yet. It is. I don't see you in the queue, to be honest with you. Maybe you need to fix that, sir. Next was Classy. I like the song. In the beginning and then kind of at the end, it was hard to hear your vocals. I don't know whether you have the like tracked out beat where you can create some space in the EQ for your vocals, or the only other thing I can think is like take a little bit of low end out of your vocals to make it pop a little bit more over the beat. But that was the only real like struggle for me, is like in the beginning, it was very hard to make out what you were saying. Once everything kind of like picked up, it felt a little bit better audibly. I like the flow. I like the presence. I like what you did with it. I think that was just the only struggle, is like the mix wasn't done like you mentioned. So if you can make the vocals more present or more clear, I should say, and not that the presence was bad, but more clarity in the vocals so that it can be heard, I would really bump this up a little bit more. I still think it's a solid draft, even just from a starting point. I give it an 8.5 where it's at.
Yeah, I'm the same. I feel as if, you know, it's tough listening to these unmixed things because there's so much that gets fixed in a mix, right? Like just right off the bat, it came in and the vocals were just so harsh on top of the instrumental being too loud. I think that if I was looking at this session, the first thing I'd suggest is turn your instrumental down. So if it's at 0-0 right now, go to like -6. You know what I mean? I think that's where you start at, and then you can move the vocals. Well, obviously move the vocals down too. But I think the lower layer was probably really strong. I really liked that part of it. And then the higher layer that you had kind of going throughout, it did feel a bit of a distraction. And I understand that this is sort of your style of like, let's do the high and low at the same time and have them at the same volume. personally, I'd prefer not. I'd prefer the higher layer to be layered way back in it. Maybe this is the plan in the mix. I don't know, but that's what I would suggest is put the higher one further back, and maybe even see what it sounds like to do it just in certain parts. Like maybe only on the hook do you have that part come up, and in the main area you have other kind of lower supporting body layers versus like the high going the whole time. Yeah, just felt a little busy, like Ray Stan said. But I did like the vocals. I liked the song. Yeah, like I said, it feels a little premature, but I do love, the fact that you submit some of these things just to see what we think initially. That's my initial thoughts. I'd still give it, I think 8.5 is a good one. Yeah, a good starting point.
Word. All right, there he is. DJ Tongue Hero. Pardon me.
Tonga.
Tongue is a weird word. English is so fucking weird. Why is there
Tongwe.
Why is there a U and an E at the end of tongue?
I know. DJ Tongwe Hero.
It's African. DJ Tongue Hero, are you Nigerian? Are you like Dave? Shout out Dave.
Dave.
Scammer extraordinaire.
You can never trust a Dave. That's just universal.
Especially
David's
one that looks like Dave does. He like doesn't look like a Dave. Like I said, hold on, man. Is your Dave really Dave? What's going on here? Turn on your camera. All right. DJ Tongue Hero's got a video. Let me get that up here. Boom. There we go. Here is Pardon Me by DJ Tongue Hero.
Pardon me while I burn.
Part of me. I'm Nigerian. What? Leon Thompson.
Part of me thinks you're too special to let go. To let go. Part of me, my mind's racing, I can't stop thinking about you. Thinking about you. All that you need is right here, baby. Come and pour yourself for me. All that I need is something close to real, my love. Part of me is way less hopeful without you. Without you, dawned on me that you can't fix a broken heart. Then I found you. Now we have to. I can't define that line that we crossed and made something. Telling me lies, I know, but you tell me they're true. Part of me thinks you're too special to let go. Yeah, to let go. Part of me, my mind's racing, I can't stop thinking about you. Thinking about you. All we need is love again, babe.
That was the
Tell me
Outlawed
you don't
in
want a
the
damn thing. Tell me you don't want me, I'll go.
Didn't do that back
And
then.
if the love was nothing, babe, run away so you can't see.
Apparently they did.
my
His grandparents
bleeding
did.
soul.
He got away with it somehow. Probably from Canada.
Part of me's just way too broken without you. without you. Part of me, my mind's racing, I can't stop thinking about you, thinking about you.
That baby's way too fast.
DJ Tongue Hero.
Gotta let the outro play for good old DJ Tongue Hero. That was part of me, or pardon me, as he put in the queue. I really like that. Well, let me back up. I like your beat choice. I like Jokic beats. I've used a few of his in the past. I like your beat choice here. I like what you did with the beat, I should say, as well. I think DJ Tongue Hero is a mix engineer and a producer away from just making like some underground, timeless, classic songs. Like your ability to capture a topic fully from start to finish is probably only matched by a handful of people in the community. Like I think people tend to focus more so on like the bars and, you know, the punchlines and shit, but like DJ Tongue Hero is really good at saying like, here is a topic and I'm going to talk about that topic from the 0 mark till the complete mark. And like nothing ever like escaped this, hey, you're a part of me, and this whole like relationship aspect from the start to the finish of the song. Like you didn't wander from the topic, and I appreciate about that aspect of the song. I do wish there were some parts where like the singing was a little bit more on key or sustained or stronger, and that's why I say I feel like you're just like a mix engineer and a producer from telling you, hey, like cut another take here or do another run here, from it being like a really polished product. So with that in mind, objectively, I will give this an, man, I like it. I'll give it an 8.5. Like I really want to like ding you for like the unpolished parts, but overall, no, fuck it. I'll give it a 9. I like the song. I would listen to this again. I just wish the singing was like strong. Like I wish there were elements about it where it was like more polished, but I really like that you took a concept and like it really feels like a rough draft of a really, really good song.
100%. Mark this, you know, in your calendar, literally like heart this stream, cut down just this piece of it and watch it over and over and over again until you can get somebody to engineer for you, until you can go into a studio and re-record this, because this song right here is a universal banger. This song is fucking gold. You have the best underground anthem that you could ever possibly make if it was mixed correctly. It tears at my fucking soul because it shouldn't be that. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be like, oh, we knock points off for a mix, but it's just some of those rough edges, like you said, that make it just overall not quite where I know it could be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hear this, the writing, the like even the visuals that go along with it. Like it was impactful, right? That little love story that played out was fucking beautiful. And especially with your hook, that hook is super catchy, super awesome. You know, when the spaceship, I want to say it's like right in the first verse of it, when the spaceship went down into the ocean, that was one of those sections where I was like, I just wish it sounded a little better.
Yeah.
I think it was just like a little rough on the singing, as well as just the quality of the microphone highlights some of those, let's call it imperfections. if you had an audio engineer, if you had somebody to mix this for you, or like a studio to go to, you could buff out some of those rough spots and then have a 10 out of 10. I still love it for what it is. And, you know, all that being said, I'm going to give it a 9 too. Despite the fucking mix, despite some of the rough singing patches, I fucking love it. And I think the talent's there. Everything is there for you to have one of the best songs I've ever heard.
Bird, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm going to favorite this one. I like it enough that I think I should favorite.
I'd come back to it.
I'd come back to this one, yeah.
It fucking pisses me off, though, because you have some of these songs, you're like, fuck, why are you singing in a tin can, bro? It's like, God
so
damn
I was gonna mention this, Tongue Hero. When you say you bought the beat, did you like outright buy it, or did you like get like unlimited license to it? Because I was gonna say that, like, because Ray Stans with his Red Car song, he went back, he like bought the exclusive because he's like, you know what, everybody says I should go for it, and I got a video for it, so he bought the exclusive. I was gonna say this is one of those beats where I would get the exclusive and like really retool this song and just make it what it is, and you know, work on it.
I couldn't agree more. At the end when you said Jokic,
I think European.
Yeah, Jokic beats. I was like, maybe I should look this up and download it myself. And I was like, no, I'm never gonna beat that chorus. That chorus is great. And even if I tried to write my own song to it, then you know I would just be thinking of your fucking chorus the whole time.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, this is one of those moments where like, oh man, I really like this beat. I wish I did some. This is one of those songs where I was like, I wish I did this song.
Yes, and it's too late because the song is what it is now. Like I can never do something different to it because now it's part of me. Yeah.
This is dope. This is dope, man.
So dope. Shout out
Tongue Hero. Oh, get the air horn. All right, next up, A.D. Rocky featuring the Broken Twins, Made It. Finishing beats around some oldies because I found a sequence to an album that works. It ends sudden because it kind of goes into another one. All right, take a listen.
Part of me.
Should
we just listen to the last thing? Yeah, let's just play it again. Wait, did A.D. Rocky leave the server?
He left the server, but the Broken Twins are still there, so...
I didn't know they left the server.
There's some disputes with some...
Yes, I done made it. All of this money is mine for the taking. But working so hard, late nights, my body shuts down, it's aching. The music is following me, even if I run, there's no escaping. I'm throwing money in the air, now her body be shaking. Gotta take it back to Christmas, we only had one gift. Even in birthdays, we blew the candles, only made one wish. Money was scars, but it came extra in the graveyard shifts. No guap, no green, no moolah, if you can catch my drift. Now look at me now.
Are you
all
really
of my haters, they sit in the crowd, looking like deers in the headlights. They frozen. You know I got them thinking out loud. Knowing this rap game, I'm allowed. I hope it to my son, I make him proud. I push away the haters and the doubt. When I'm writing, all I see is clouds. Yeah, I see a storm is coming, and I don't think it's the shrooms. Should I go make more music, or should I go play some Doom? The place is a mess from previous sets, I can't even find the broom. I started to write, papers galore, now I gotta clean up the room. This shit is outrageous, don't know the time, and I'm lost.
Whoops. My bad.
Damn it,
knowing this rap game, I'm allowed. I hope it to my son, I make him proud. I push away the haters and the doubt. When I'm writing, all I see is clouds. Yeah, I see a storm is coming, and I don't think it's the shrooms. Should I go make more music, or should I go play some Doom? The place is a mess from previous sets, I can't even find the broom. I started to write, papers galore, now I gotta clean up the room. This shit is outrageous, don't know the time, and I'm lost in the pages. Guess I don't make it, I'm pacing around like I'm stuck in the cages. I'm stuck in the same rut, like what? What you think minimum wages? A.D. Rocky sing the hook, cause they gonna sing it for ages.
Well, how many problems I got? I made it out of the trenches. How many people were shocked when they see what me and mommy's done? How many problems I got? I made it out of the trenches. How many people were shocked when they see what me and my homies job? At the age of 14, my dad moved my ass to Texas. I ain't know nobody, I had nothing but depression. Miss my friends and family, kids at school thought I was special. Cause I cry in class and wouldn't speak and I stay texting. Some shitty backstabbing ass faggots I thought Ashton would have until he died. Plans that shit gets God laughing, stayed higher than your dad's. Fat ass when it's cash crashing, ain't nothing gon' remain your last. And them friends can transform to dust and float away. Forget your ass, not bro's a stranger. I gave up till the day dad blasted my ass, slamming a paddle to my face. Ash had it and Dan bashed him, so he sent me away to my mom's. And then I say, bro, how many problems I got? I made it out of the trenches. How many people were shocked when they see what me and my homies tried? How many problems I got? I made it out of the trenches. How many people were shocked when they see what me and my homies tried?
Is it me or did Broken Twins just have like a really long verse compared to AD?
He did.
Yeah. The mix is definitely like one big aspect of this that quality wise it feels kind of rough around the edges from start to finish. Like Broken Twins, their vocals were clear enough that you could make out and you could rock with it, but there was definitely a little bit of harshness in it. And then when it switched to AD Rocky, that transition was really abrupt and the shift in quality was super noticeable. The hook sounded better at the end than it did in between y'all's verses. I don't know what happened there, but it just felt like really poor quality wise after the Broken Twins verse. Mm-hmm. Also, just for, I guess, it feels like, I don't want to make the direct comparison, but it feels like, Andre 3000 at the beginning of a UGK song where that's all people remember for I Choose You. They're like, oh man, Andre really killed that, but they don't really acknowledge anything other than Pimp C's opening lines in the rest of the song. It feels like this is a very Broken Twins song with AD Rocky just added on to the end. It was what I kind of am getting at here. Like, if this is your song, I would almost rather you lead off if they're going to have a super long verse, because it feels like it's a Broken Twins song and then you just kind of feature on it. I think my biggest gripe is like quality, and then content of your verse. It feels very like on the nose, like low hanging fruit. I feel like you could describe those situations with better wording without, so being so literal is how I would put it. Like, I'm crying in class and lonely. Like, give me a little bit more alliteration, a little bit more creativity in it. I'll give it a 6.5. I can't see myself revisiting it with the way it's right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think you hit all the highlights that I was going to point out. I think to, double down on what you were saying as far as a little too on the nose lyrics. Like, I mean, it's the same thing we've been talking about forever. And I don't know if AD Rocky will end up watching this. I hope he does. But, these are the big pieces that we say over and over, right? You say the ending words weird to keep the cadence. You have these run-on sentences that just, again, I wish there was more like, here's the line and here's the idea I'm trying to get out. Stop. Next line, here's the idea. Stop. And then have it rhyme. It's, day one shit. And I think one thing that'll really help you, like just in general, to make your music a little bit more relatable to a general audience is, like Dice said, zoom out a little bit. You know what I mean? It's like when you open a book and you get a magnifying glass to look inside before you know it, like the T on the, like you're deep into the body of the T and you're like, oh, let me zoom out and now I can actually read the book instead of just hyper focus on this one little fucking letter. You know what I mean? Maybe that's a bad example, but what I'm trying to say here is you're too zoomed in. You need to zoom out a little bit, say things a little bit more general, right? If you could figure out how to use metaphors and speak not super general, but one level up to the very specific things that you're saying, it'll be more relatable. everyone can relate to feeling alone or being isolated, you know, all of these different things. But you don't have to talk about like, oh, I was crying in my 4th grade class texting, and then I got home and my dad hit me with a paddle. Fucking what? You know what I mean? It's too zoomed in. And especially when you get on these collabs, you know, when Broken Twins is like, I don't know, something shrooms. Should I go play Doom? And you're like, my dad hit me with a paddle. You know, like, how does this work together? You know what I mean?
Yeah, we've seen that on a couple of his features where the feature is like spitting in a different manner, and then he comes in with just like, well, hey, here's this weird situation with my family, and it's like, well, what are you both talking about actually here?
I think that's where, like, as a cohesive piece, your collabs, you know, you got to match the energy together. Somebody's got to move. If Broken Twins talks about, you know, his family trauma hyper specifically, maybe then it would make sense.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, just in general, Broken Twins, long, comparatively, it almost seemed like he did a free verse and then added 4 lines on top of what he already had to then like set AD up for like his piece. But set him up, he did. You know what I mean? I laughed about it because he's like, come in with the chorus, AD. They're going to sing it for the ages. And AD Rocky comes in, and it's just like, the tones are weird, and it's just not catchy. It's just, I didn't like that piece. It did get better the second time, but the first one is just off for some reason. I'd say for Broken Twins, I'm already ranting too long. Broken Twins, good verse, solid delivery. For you, it's just quality. The quality is bad, and the vocals are too loud for the beat. So overall, 6.
Yeah. I was trying not to give like a separate score for each of the verses, so it is what it is.
Yeah, my 6 is like, it would have been a little higher for Broken Twins, a little lower for Rocky. 6 is where it's at.
All right, next up, Wow by Prod by Mikhail, samples Black Gifted by Aretha Franklin. Okay, let's take a listen.
Black Gifted? What's Black Gifted, Dice?
Me.
Loud, huh?
Too loud for you?
A little bit. Well, I'm baby.
This is a little frustrating. It loops at a weird point. The loop isn't a well timed, I should say. Like it feels disjointed, like it's skipping a record, and then your drums are matching up to the sample, but the sample is not properly looped, so it feels like the drums are disjointed and the sample's disjointed. Like it should feel like a smooth transition from that sample ending to it restarting, and instead it feels like a record skip. So it throws the whole timing of everything else off, and just overall is just excessively loud. Like I hear like the the after effects of just the bass being just extremely loud, and now it's got like the static crinkle in the just the overall sound. You know, at the core of it, you need to fix the sample loop to start with, and then I think you go back and you fix the volume issues. But I think this is the main thing that I'm focused on, is just the sample loop is just bad to me. I'd give this a 3 because there's nothing else that really happens, and it's just looped forever.
Yeah. I mean, right off the bat, I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, this sample is pretty good, if not a bit loud. Those are my first two things that I noticed. But then it kind of didn't switch. You know what I mean? Like, I was waiting for it to advance. I was waiting for like drums to come in. It just felt very slow on the uptake to get to where it needed to be. And then once you did have the drums come in, which, you know, sounded a little bit distorted, the sample just didn't change much. You know, like I wanted more variety. So that's my biggest thing. I don't think it's a bad sound that you put together. It's just holistically needs more variety. So I'm at a 5.
All right. Next up, Prod JP Nova. Is this going to be loud too?
Classic chaos. Everyone's in sonic. Solid reference.
All right, for this style of beat, I think you did a good job. I think to critique it, I think the hi-hats are a little loud. Turn those down just a little bit. Everything else feels pretty balanced. I mean, it's a little rager type beat. I feel like somebody could do anthem-ish kind of song on it. Not my style, but I think you hit what you were trying to do. You got a base hit. You got like probably a 3-run hit out of this. I wouldn't call it a home run. It's not like wow amazing because there's not a lot of change up in it, but I think you accomplished the goal. So objectively, I'll give it an 8 and say just turn the hi-hats down, even if it's not my cup of tea.
Feels like music for furries to grind on each other. You know what I mean? Like,
I was going for.
Fucking, this is a Holiday Inn convention with just a bunch of masks running around like meow. You know, like,
Pull my tail.
oh, you want to pull my tail? I'll pull your tail. No, I mean, I will say that this, for the genre, feels a little bit more balanced, I think is a good way to put it.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't too loud or too, like, none of the layers were going too crazy. I think that the one big takeaway I had was I hated the 808 constantly going at the same tone. You know what I mean? Like everything else in the beat is changing, the tones are shifting, there's different melodies within it, but the 808 is like at the same tone the whole time, and it's going constantly. So there were constant moments where there's like something happening in the beat and the 808 is clashing with it, and for that reason it's like a bit of a brain fuck, and not like in a good way of like, oh yeah, this is so complex. It's just like, oh, it's off, you know. So it kind of felt off for the whole time for that reason. But also I recognize that this type of music demands some loud fucking 808 going all the time for no reason. So I would just say, if there's a way to either change the tone to match it more, or to like maybe push that further back in the mix, maybe that could help out. Not bad for what it is. I'm at a 6.5.
Word. All right. Next up is Lucas. Different Intentions. Project dropping soon. Got to make sure the tracks are good. I hear you. See what Different Intentions means.
I should probably release my album that I said I'm gonna release.
Talking about it for like a year now.
I know, it's overdue.
Definitely.
I don't want you in my life no more. In my life no more. In my life no, I don't want you in my life no more. In my life no more. In my life no more.
Fine, I can leave.
My bad.
I feel my body, your head, and they got way different intentions. I'm living in double fashion. I'm feeling two separate essence. I got a filtered aggression. Intent and interest come heavy into fruition. I listen, this primal instinct reflexive. I think I'm winning and in control. That's illusion. I'm losing my self-delusional movements in my medulla. Like you was possessed to do what you do when you don't want to do it. Feel stupid when you go through with the thing that you said you do it. Heavenly Father cleanse my soul. Trying to reach farther to get my goals. I wanna be caught up, and that's when I turn on my chest to accelerate past my zone. Forgetting my highs and reject my lows. I wanna do trust cause I can't find flow. I gotta lose my need to strap right on. Don't wanna be left with the rest I don't. Fighting the darkest of thoughts and I got them a lot. Think it's causing my body to rot. They trap me inside of a box, get out of the box, and I suddenly I wanna box. My tolerance lost in the fog, holding up was too hard. It's softer than my smell of raw. In times when I'm falling apart in the darkness, I thought in my head that is not who you are. I don't want you in my life no more. In my life no more. In my life no, I don't want you in my life no more. 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 Dominant, internally, constantly condescend people who I associate with. Think I'm feeding off of them, not just them. Think my thoughts get read by souls who calmly talk like I'm part of them. It's easy to stop, but it's impossible to get off of them, cause the prison ain't visible to the human eyes. Everyone diminishes meaning, verbally neutralized. Renaming every word that brings church to cover up the truth inside, so we can say it more casually, even if it's removing life. The charismatic, hypnotic, you have a passion for wrongness. The tragic habit to follow when every man that looks harmless. A savage acting, the heart brings out bad attacks cause they're heartless. You're at the edge of a mountain, you cannot tell cause you're blinded, and so am I. I thought I was an outcast, that's a total lie. The difference isn't big, and in a second I might hold aside. Opinion might just change, start acting strange, possessed and whole by pride. Possessed and whole by pride. I don't want you in
never go full silent.
In my life no more. In my life no more. In my life no, I don't want you in my my life no more. In 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 my life no more.
All right, that was Lucas with Different Intentions. Young Duffy is not the guy with the Lambo. You might be referring to Devi.
Oh, you mean the one he rented?
Yeah. But Lucas, I agree with Bird, what Bird said during the song. I think you've definitely gotten better delivery wise. Definitely more polished, I would say. With the variety that you introduce, like double timing and you know, your regular pace flow. The hook sounds pretty damn good when you added those layers to it. I think overall, like, step in the right direction. I'd say this is probably one of your best songs that I've heard you submit to us. One thing that I would recommend for your vocals on your vocal chain, add a reverb to it, put it at like 700 milliseconds and at like 15%. It'll cut out some of that harshness in your vocals so that it doesn't feel so like stop and go when you pronounce things. It'll smoothen it out a little bit and add a little bit of, you know, polish to it. But other than that, I thought this was a good song from you. I'd say the weakest element of it is the beat. The beat feels a little bit simplistic at times, but I think the way that you approached it feels fresh. So I'd give it a 7.5.
Lucas, fucking fire, brother. That cadence was insane. I'm very impressed at the double time. Like, you made it very crisp. You were able to push out all of the words. Like, all of the songs you made leading up to here made this possible. So shout out at the progress. I have two very easy, simple suggestions that are going to make this song a 10. It's almost there. I think it's a very good song, but the chorus, boring as fuck. It's really good when all the layers are on there. It's like, oh, perfect. So what you do right now is you have kind of all the excitement, all of the energy just drops out, and you kind of sing along to the piano twice. Remove one of those. You can have one of the sing along to the pianos if you have to, and then bring in the extra layers to really make it pop. I think that one small change will make it feel like I'm not dying as I'm hearing your chorus. On top of that, with the double time, you need ad-libs. You just fucking do. And especially as you're going so fast, having that one layer of da 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 da, you have to have that last three da da das on a separate track where it just adds that extra layer of polish. And I think that's one of the things that was missing on this, is just having only one single vocal track across for the verses. You got to put in the ad-libs just to brighten it up and to make it stronger. So I think those two changes will make this a 10. Where it's at right now, I'd give it an 8.5.
Word. Next up,
falling apart. Get out my life. It's like the Phantom of the Opera, this fucking guy.
just put on a little half mask.
Yeah.
Next up, Young Duffy with What, featuring Gore Made It.
Doof, doof, doof. Are we just gonna manually do looses after these?
Yeah, since Luce refused to use our new.
The pain she caused, I'm so lost, I'm so hurt. That's for certain. Close them curtains, everything but moving fast, yeah. Basic thoughts, I'm off a track, yeah. Feelings up ahead, Maserati, Gary, cruising down the street, looking for a bit of daddy, trying to smash all up in the pit, house up in the hills. Let it cop a bill, ride me to your ears. Shorty, how you feel? Tell me, does he really feeling just the same as me? Yeah. Everybody got some pain, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, want, you already got it. Ain't no problem, promise it don't ever bother me. Baby, talk to me, what you want from me. Wanna talk, I can loosen you up. I can lay you down, I can prove it to you. I'll give you my card, you can use it all up. Baby, I used to be used to screwing up. Maybe one or two of these motherfucking screws loose. I'm more in control of what I choose to do. I'm present, you're all I got and I'm choosing you. Girl, you're beautiful, what are you to do? I'm delusional, this ain't the usual. I think you and me's forever suitable. I can prove to you that I can do whatever that Confucius do. To a funeral, I'll approve of you. What I do for you, I'd remove a few of whoever, wherever, excuse me, you. I confuse you, boo, you confuse me too.
When she calls, I'm so lost, I'm so hurt. That's for certain. Close them curtains, everything will moving fast, yeah. Racing thoughts, I'm off the track, yeah. Really hope she got my bag, yeah. I really hope you got my bag, yeah. Really hope you got my bag, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, that was What by Young Duffy featuring Gore Made It. Look, I think for the second time this show, we have a feature that kind of ran away as the star of the track. I think Gore Made It, who was on the first verse in the hook, really elevated this track. I'm not saying that Young Duffy, you did a bad job. I think you're super consistent. I like your approach to things. I like the tone of the track overall. I just think there's a quality shift when you come on. Obviously, your mic isn't as like clean and clear, but I think Gore Made It really set the tone of everything with his verse and the hook. And then, you know, kind of just a drop off in quality when your verse came on, and purely just quality. I think your verse was solid as an entry, but I definitely think the highlight of it was the feature. So, you know, it kind of goes back to that, like, I know you want to be like the, you know, the, what do they call the third hitter in the fucking baseball lineup, the, you know, the home run guy or whatever, and you put yourself last because it's your track, but at the same time you got to recognize like order of operations, which is the most interesting thing to listen to. I feel like the most interesting thing from this track was the first verse, and then I'd probably turn it off after that. But again, like, I don't think you did a bad job. I think I would shift your verse first and put the feature second. That way, you know, forcefully people have something to look forward to, unless you get like a better microphone, because I think a quality improvement would put you on even grounds. I'll give this a 7 though. I think it's solid overall. I just think the quality difference is noticeable.
Yeah. I mean, I was even thinking quality on the first one, and it wasn't even necessarily like, it sounded a little harsh in the mix. And then like when Duffy came in, I was like, oh, okay, that's just an equipment issue rather than a mix thing, right? Yeah. Like you could hear the plosives, you could hear the popping. It just is what it is. And I agree in general of like, I really liked Gore Made It's intro, like the singing, like all of it was just pretty polished. My only issues there were slightly on the mix being sharp, but otherwise it's like great start. Duffy, I liked what you did here too. I think the quality made it really hard to connect with and enjoy. I think you have a really good flow. Sometimes it felt like you were just, again, going through these run-on sentences, you know, and just kind of, there was parts where I was like, did that flow? And then you were already on to the next thing. And you're like, fuck it. I guess it did, because we're already on to the next one. So yeah. So there's just parts in there where the flow felt a little awkward, and right as the question of, was that off? Did it hit the timing? Then we're already on to the next one. And it's like, this sounds comfortable. And it's like, okay, well, maybe it was supposed to be that way. So I just felt that continuously. I'm at a 7 though too.
Word. Next up is Pag MC, aka Mono Pag.
Monopagonia.
Got a video here. Ate Cuando? Did I say that right?
Is he wearing a backpack in this one?
He better be, damn it. Better be consistent with it.
Yeah. Oh, this time he doesn't have a face.
Dentro de portal, zona norte tal. Só olho pra cima, aqui na capital. Olho pros moleque, olhando o ideal. Fazem o oposto, mas lavo o próprio gosto. Gasolina de posto, queimo o teu rosto. Não tô ameaçando, isso é o teu imposto. População gritando, vocês admirando. Só quero reparar sobre o que nós passamos. Sei, todo dia falo de vocês. Mas se continuar, falo outra vez. Ei, quando vocês não param, não me calo. Não sou hipócrita, eu vou pelo que falo. Duas polícias, dois pensamento. Inocente morto por momento mil. Favelados andam lado a lado, investigando o caos. Manda acabar enterrado e eu digo: eu não posso falar. Enquanto o tempo passa, não posso parar. Enquanto eu tiver raça, não posso me calar. Enquanto ainda for brasa, eu não vou parar. Eu não posso falar. Enquanto o tempo passa, não posso parar. Enquanto eu tiver raça, não posso me calar. Enquanto ainda for brasa, eu não vou parar. Enquanto eu mudar, não me calei. Todo dia mudei, rapaz, sabe que eu sei que eu sou alguém. Se eu não fosse ninguém, não defenderia vocês. Desse outro alguém, quem sabe do nosso pote eles comem. Mas se for do meu, do cuspe, eles não fogem. Eu olho pra cima porque eles estão abaixo. E eu não olho no olho de quem nos julga fracos, sábios e poetas, muitos da favela ou das quebradas ao menos pelas áreas. Incontestados, servia aos nobres, pobres, continua a fofocar na praça. Vida sem graça, está em leite de pedra. Joga na praça, eu nunca vi de elas. Mas eu analiso, mentalidade de Kiro. Enquanto vocês estão vendo, poucos mudam isso. Eu não posso falar. Enquanto o tempo passa, não posso parar. Enquanto eu tiver raça, não posso me calar. Enquanto ainda for brasa, eu não vou parar. Eu não posso falar. Enquanto o tempo passa, não posso parar. Enquanto eu tiver raça, não posso me calar. Enquanto ainda for brasa, eu não vou parar.
Walking around the favela. All right.
What you think, bro?
My favorite part was when he was rapping in front of the ducks. It felt so normal. He's like, I'll crouch down, like blah 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 blah, and these ducks are like, what the fuck's going on?
What is this guy doing? You got some peas or some carrots or something, bro?
Oh man, that was great. You know what? Here's what I'd say in general. I think Pag MC, great flow, great energy. You can tell like he's hungry for this shit. You know what I mean? Like this, he puts effort into everything he does, and I respect it. I think having a video is a good way to counteract the quality. You know what I mean? I think about this with him, with DJ Tongue Hero. Like, because they have videos, you're focused on that more than you're focused on the quality of the audio. Like, that's probably the biggest issue here is the quality. And with the video, you kind of have other stuff to like focus on. So it's like, yeah, fucking whatever. Who cares? You know? That's my take is if you have bad quality, if you have bad equipment, fucking shoot a video or have AI do it for you. Good flow, good delivery. I liked this song. Quality bad. Music video. Funny at times. Let's give it a 8.
Yeah, I think that I still can't take myself out of the quality of the song, but I will say that at least his quality is pretty, like DJ Tongue here, is pretty consistent. You know what you're gonna get after you've heard a few songs. So I think it's serviceable. I don't want to say that Pag MC is like a political rapper, not a raptor, not a velociraptor. But he's definitely like he's got that activist in him where he wants to speak on like topics that are important to him, like his culture, his country, his community, his environment, and
cultura,
and music, and how he feels about music. So he definitely makes statement raps. As far as the video, I feel like one thing that you could improve upon in your next video is not so many moving shots. Like, I know you want to like make it seem active and there's things happening, but I think taking static shots and just getting good perspective of what you're doing does more than like, your buddy following you crossing the street, where people don't follow the traffic rules and all the other shit. Like, I think if you take more stationary shots and just use those and splice them up a little bit better, it'll feel a little bit less chaotic and less amateurish. Because like when you're moving around, of course, if you don't have a gimbal, everything's shaky and everything. So like it eliminates all of those other things where it makes it seem like you guys don't know what you're doing by just doing different static shots and just trying to like piece those together different. Like a good example is I forgot his other name, but Muff Diver, whatever, the guy with the colorful visuals and stuff. Muffin Man.
Yeah.
I feel like that's not his name, but I feel like
it's the Muffin Man.
But he, like, when you look at his videos, like they're all static shots. Like he doesn't do a lot of like I'm moving around shots. He'll move around in his static shots. So I would say if you're going to do another video, rather than you guys like moving around, just like say, okay, let's set up right here, get as still as we can, and then do your shots there and then splice those up rather than trying to like follow you across the street, because that can get chaotic. But other than that, good package. I'll give it a 7. All right.
Dice likes your package.
Love a good package. Last up, Sotorius.
Second to last up.
Oh yeah. You guys can't see this. I don't know if it's allowed, but like his little background image is a character with what appears to be a butthole as the mouth.
Why would that not be allowed?
I don't know. It just seems graphic for some reason. Seems like it could offend somebody in the wrong way.
Well, this is the guy that made a song about sucking farts. So
I know he made a song about sucking farts, but I just don't know.
Perfect graphic for it.
All right. Anyway, this is called Opinionated. Oh, finish the song. So we've heard this before. We're going to hear the finished version of this song. Let's take a listen.
Nuts on my chain and I'm letting them hang. I give you my word and my balls. My promise got weight, my pendant is proof. Put both on the line when I talk. Nuts on the chin, I'm locked in the den. Line head knocker, got brass on her grin. She know I'm a dog, my sign is a Leo. Knock at the door, she gon' open for me though. Nuts on my chain and I'm letting them hang. I give you my word and my balls. My promise got weight, my pendant is proof. Put both on the line when I talk. Nuts on the chin, I'm locked in the den. Line head knocker, got brass on her grin. She know I'm a dog, my sign is a Leo. Knock at the door, she gon' open for me though. 20 a day, the money don't stop cause they know that I'm paid. Put your hands up cause you catching this fade. I'm so clean with this blade. Cleaning the house like we hired a maid. No trash hoes, I'm opinionated like some assholes. They catch a backhand, they bad hoes. I'm an FAQ the way I'm out here spitting facts though. Where's the drink? Better pull up. Styrofoam cups stay filled up, and that blunt right there stay killed up. And I'm out in this bitch and I'm still swerving. Flip a Ford, not swing Suburban. I blow the spot like I wear a turban. I face to your bitch like a turkey. I'm doing her dirty. Is that your man in the curtains? I am Dennis the Menace, like Joey Diaz. I be feeling tremendous. I bust out the frame like a swollen appendix. Pressure got high and they calling the medics. Bag in the green like Chipotle and lettuce. We moving the numbers, we breaking the metrics. She on the D like she playing defense. A dip in the spine like she smoking the fin. Gotta stay high like the rent. I'm the one that they bet on. Pussies get placed on a pedestal. Watch how the fuck they get stepped on. I am the one that they bet on. Spinning the wheel like we playing roulette. I am the one that they bet on. Going to Vegas and put it on black. Nuts on my chain and I'm letting them hang.
Always,
I give you my word and my balls. My promise got weight, my pendant is proof. Put both on the line when I talk. Nuts on the chin, I'm locked in the den. Line head knocker, got brass on her grin. She know I'm a dog, my sign is a Leo. Knock at the door, she gon' open for me though. Nuts on my chain and I'm letting them hang. I give you my word and my balls. My promise got weight, my pendant is proof. Put both on the line when I talk. Nuts on the chin, I'm locked in the den. Line head knocker, got brass on her grin. She know I'm a dog, my sign is a Leo. Knock at the door, she gon' open for me though.
Right, that was Sotorius with Opinionated. I like the finished version. There were a couple of parts in the beginning. It felt like it came in abruptly,
Mm-hmm.
and then it like skipped.
Yeah, the hook skips coming in.
Yeah. Outside of that, I think I like the finished version. It feels very complete overall. The one thing that I would kind of, if I had to focus on something to say to make some changes to, is that something needs to be different about the hook so that the hook, I can know that it's the hook. I know Bird hates the high pass filter, but maybe like some sort of high pass filter, or maybe like even doubling up layer wise, like something to make the hook stand out as the hook. Because otherwise it did almost feel like a very long verse with just, you ended up repeating some lyrics in a part, and then I'm like, oh, that's the hook, he's brought it back. So I think you need to do something to make the hook actually stand out, because if it's not going to have the little vocal sample in the background, then it's hard to know, okay, when is the hook coming back in. Other than that, I think, you executed everything better than the other version that we heard, and I like it overall. I'd give it a very strong 8.5, with my only gripe being the hook.
Yeah, I like this version a lot better too. I think I was going to highlight what Dice did in the beginning, right when your chorus comes in. There's a weird skip that happens from the sample to when you come in. Double down on the hook part. Like, it's not a hook. You know what I mean? Like, just because you say it and it repeats doesn't mean that it makes sense as a hook. It's just an 8-bar thing. And then you do it again. Like, for that reason, drove me fucking nuts. Is like, it's too long and it just doesn't make sense as a hook there. So I would just suggest something else. Because maybe even the sample, you start out with the sample. Maybe you actually have that be your hook, and have it like loud and showcased versus like in the background. Something to think about. The only other thing I'd say is like, I liked this overall. This is like a great feeling. Like, the whole chat's getting down to like the Southern, like it did feel like a resurgence of UGK, Slim Thug. Like, it felt very authentic for what you were going for. I think you nailed the assignment. My only thing is like, the lyrics felt a little simple and sometimes outdated, like blowing up like a turban, like fresh out of 2001, right? 9/11 just happened and this line came out. So just something to think about, going forward. I'd still give this, I'm at an 8.5 as well.
Right.
I want to give it a 9, but I was like, I just said a lot of things to change about it. Let's do 8.5.
8.5's good though.
All
right.
bad.
We had a good session today. 7.37 is our average score. I think only one song was tremendously lower than that. So shout out to you people for not sending us garbage.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that about you people.
Here we are. Got one song left.
One song outside of the queue.
A secret submission from a secretive guy.
Do you want to give it a little bit of an intro before I hit the play button?
I can. While you're pulling it up. So this was a special request from a very special friend. The legend himself, God tier MC Loose Logic, has an album coming out. And he shared with us a song that he wants us to review. As always, honestly, first impression, all this. I haven't heard it yet. I just sent it over the fence to Dice. JCC is apparently joining him on the hook, so we'll see what this sounds like.
All right, here it is.
Yeah, he's a giggly boy.
Pillsbury Doughboy.
Why you wanna take from the game? Why you wanna trip off of pain? You just here for the fame. I'ma load a clip and it ain't nobody tripping the game. Shit, come on. I'm I'm talking bars, ain't no pistols. But I shooters in the car if there's issues. Yeah. Came a long way from that. Got an image to uphold. Only broad shaking ass is my wife. And she love to throw it back. I give a pipe. West side, California till I die. Fucking with my chains on. Sound like shaking ice in a Stanley. Used to get it wiped in a Camry. Bitch! Dealing drugs in abandoned condos. Feds got a room right away and they on you. But I left that in the past. Got some beats in the pen and put my effort into that.
We will never be the same. All of these artists are fake. Get the fuck out of my face. That's why I say we will never be the same. Not a music. You just use it for the fame.
They said you never would've made it, yeah, that part. So I'ma bear arms like I'm Sasquatch, cruising in the spot like it's Cobra with the mask on. While you peeling off from the start like it's NASCAR. Dreams are getting harder, I've been a father, believing I'ma have to succeed to see the face of my daughter disappointed. Had to quit the chief and it's feeding into my paranoia. Plus I 8 times 2 just like I squared it for you. That's what I was first, but music kept me alive. Phone was motivation, Tupac helped me survive. If there's any indication, was feeling empty inside. Along where they move me, gave me reason to try. I don't do it for the love, I do it out of love. I do it for the culture, could never give it up. I'm grateful it embraced me. Music is a drug. Lyrics are prescriptions, gotta keep them written up. Come on.
We will never be the same. All of these artists are fake. Get the fuck out of my face. That's why I say we will never be the same. Not a music. You just use it for the fame.
I'm just sitting here watching it burn down. Promises and dreams, the passion gets purged now. Maybe ain't learned how to be absent, I'm burnt out. Just going through the bars like passing a turnstile. Been trying to marinate with these reactions. They send you to wrap your ass up, but something's got to be lacking. I've been on sway and got props, so quit the capping. That's a legend, and legends are who I rap with. What the fuck are they saying? Been part of the game, but they playing. Cause I did a part of the art before, so fought with the naysayers. You just placate, better call them Mayday. The bar's nuts, why you wishing for a payday? I'm a god in this bars on point like an obelisk. Follow through every shot I get, opposite of what bottom is top. That's what I'm getting when a head's bad. So when I sit and catch a stare down,
we will never be the same. All of these artists are fake. Get the fuck out of my face. That's why I say we will never be the same. Not a music.
I love music.
You just use it for the fame.
All right, that was Never Be the Same by Loose Logic featuring JCC. A mixture of Fergie and Jesus. What the fuck does Jesus sound like?
If you have to ask.
I do have to ask. I've never heard Jesus before.
Here's my take. Obviously solid. Loved the bars throughout. Bare arms. Like there was a couple really interesting quotables. One like got me really thinking about it so much that it kind of distracted me through this rest of the second verse into the chorus, where he's like, I 8 times 2, like I squared it for you.
Yeah, I was like, the math doesn't math there.
Yeah, right? It's like 8 times 2 is 16. 8 squared, that's 8 times 8, 64.
2 times 2, when 2 squared is 4. The math didn't math for me there either.
I kept on being like, well, what if he meant the 2? No, that doesn't. The 8? No, that doesn't.
Nah.
8 on an 8? I don't know. No, I don't know. But it sounds nice, yes. The energy and the flow was crazy. I like how he kind of specific is like, fuck review shows as he's submitting a song to the review show. He's like, fuck review shows. I was on Sway. I'm a legend, bitch. It's like, all right, well, why would I review your shit then? If you're going to talk down to me.
It's crazy.
JCC's chorus was really well done. I think just as far as the mix goes, it felt like the low end was a little high. So I would wonder if we could pull the low end down just a little bit in the mix. Otherwise, I think it's a nice balance between like furious, intense rap bars and like kind of a nice like, oh, we're not the same. 9 for me.
Yeah, I thought it was well put together. I did also get hung up on the math bar in the second verse because it was like doesn't feel like the maths in the way that he stated it. I also thought it was interesting he was able to squeeze out 3 full verses in this song in a 3-minute song. Don't really see a lot of 3-verse songs anymore with hook. And then I also thought it was interesting how we've come full circle in hip hop, where in the first verse he was, talking about my wife. Most people, even the married rappers, don't talk about their wife so often, especially in like a bouncy song. Like I think maybe in a more like introspective song, they'll talk about their family, their wife, their kids. But like in the club, like this has kind of like a club bounce to it, even if the hook isn't necessarily club-esque. But the fact that he references his wife. So yeah, just interesting tidbits there. It was supposed to be square the 4 8 times 2 and 4 squared.
This is 8 times 2, like I squared it for you. Yeah, the 4 is coming after the square, so it didn't make sense to my brain, but I see what you're going for.
8 times 2 and square the 4. I don't know. I still don't like it. It's personal preference. It just the math didn't math in first listen, but maybe that's because my brain is simple and I'm not as punchline savvy as some of you folks. But I get it now. Overall, like Bert said, I think it just sounds clean overall. I think in general, I just wanted to say that you with JCC juxtaposed, it works well. I wasn't sure how that combination would come out. Usually JCC has like little slower, soulful songs, but I liked hearing him on this kind of beat in between raps. I don't think that we really heard JCC as a feature on like rap songs, so it was cool to hear it like that. Cool track. I give it a 9 also.
Yeah. How funny, like you said, that we're talking about our wives blowing us now.
Yeah.
It's like, that's somebody's mother. That's gross. We don't want that. We want the whores from the club. I'll talk about them blowing.
Bring
Not
whores.
the mother of your children. She could do no such thing.
Bring whores back, right? All right. Well, that was the show. New feature announcement time. Well, now that we've got our new queue, we can show off some cool new things like where everybody ranks now. So after one solid show, we got some rankings out here. Noir and DJ Tongue Hero are on top and Wu-Tang followed by. So now you guys can see how you compare to everybody else. Go to our website, wcr.world, hit the submission score rankings and see how you play out against everybody else. Yeah. Huh?
That's a pretty fun feature.
Putting our money where our mouths is finally. You think that you're the best on here? We'll prove it. I am also going to work on the ability to separate this by like beats versus songs and then like genres. I don't know if I'll have I don't think I capture genre. Maybe I do. I'm thinking of something else. But anyway, I want to be able to like sort this by like the producers versus the artists as well. That way we can, compare apples to apples. But otherwise, for right now, you can see how you rank up against everybody else and strut your stuff in the Discord.
That's right. Be like, guess who's currently ranked number 3 on the submission score rankings?
It's Torius out there, number 4. So good show from everybody. Like I said, average score around 7.5. So that means, some good consistent stuff. Not a lot of disappointments out there. So looking forward to next week's show. Links are generated, so drop your stuff in the queue for the next show. We'll be back Wednesday for the subscriber show where we'll hang out and listen to whatever's in that queue, and then we'll do this over again on Sunday. After this show, I will upload the video to YouTube for those of you who want to replay and re-listen to some of the cool things that we listened to today. So
for those that just want to stare into my pretty blue eyes again,
gross,
you're welcome to do it. I won't ever know. You'll just be sitting there playing the video on demand like, yes, rewind, yes, rewind, yes.
I want to stare into my dark brown soulless eyes. You're more than welcome to do that as well.
That too.
Fiery pit of death. All right.
Scary down there.
We're gonna get out of here though. Appreciate everybody. Catch you on the flip side. Adios, farewell, and all that good jazz. Deuces.